Application. The application of Advian ant or cockroach gel bait is very easy when using a bait gun. The cartridges are compatible with any standard bait gun commercially available. Advian can also be applied by using the plunger and the tip provided in the package. Advian ant and cockroach gels have a low toxicity profile. If used according to the label instructions, there is minimal risk to applicators, as well as householders, pets, and the environment. When applying Advian, always refer to the safety instructions and use the appropriate equipment needed for the treatment. In general, pets such as cats and dogs should be removed from the treated area before application. Human occupants can be present. Do not allow the gel to come in contact with open food or any surfaces where food is used. Do not apply to areas where food, utensils, or food processing surfaces come into contact with or can be contaminated by the product. Or in areas that are frequently cleaned, as this will remove the gel bait. And finally, in and around drains. The product should never be applied within the reach of children and pets. An application in commercial bait stations protects the products further from dust, pets, but also if touched by children. The recommended dose of Advian gel bait is 1 spot for ants and 2 spots for cockroaches per metre squared for a low infestation, and up to 4 to 5 spots per metre squared for both cockroaches and ants in case of a high infestation, or an infestation of the large Oriental or American cockroaches. Measure the size of the room to be treated and apply the corresponding amount of gel. For example, in a 10 metre squared room, apply 20 spots if there is a low infestation. The cockroach infestation levels are defined as a low infestation of cockroaches where there are no insects, hardly any spots of feces or shed skins visible, a high infestation of cockroaches where even living insects are visible during the day, there are lots of feces spots and shed skins are visible. The ant infestation levels are defined as a low infestation of ants where only a few single ants are visible, a high infestation of ants where busy ant trails with dozens or even hundreds of ants are visible. Do not apply equally everywhere in the room, but only at the ant and cockroach hotspots. Due to the consistency of Advian gel bait, the spots stick onto the surface where it is applied, and so the gels, but also the bait stations, can be applied horizontally, vertically, and even on the underside of a surface without the gel running or dripping. Cockroaches and ants' feeding habits differ. Ants forage and use trail pheromones to lead other members of its own colony towards a food source. Thus, larger spots, up to 1 centimetre, placed along the ant trail are recommended for treating an ant infestation, so that several ants can feed at the same time. Cockroaches, on the other hand, sometimes even try to defend their food sources, so lots of smaller spots are better to enable more cockroaches to feed at one time. But also, this increases the chances of a cockroach finding the bait. Apply Advian as spots or in bait stations where pest activity is found to benefit from greater results. For ants, it is best to apply directly along the ant trails. For cockroaches, apply where you find fecal spots, cast or shed skins, or even living roaches. For preventative purposes against cockroaches, you can distribute Advian gel bait more equally throughout each room, where you expect them to hide or seek for food and shelter. For example, under sinks, behind refrigerators, in and around sockets, and in cracks and crevices. For ants, this is not recommended. Apply Advian ant gel bait only along the ant trails and at the entrances into the building when you see living ants.